Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. Human Operating System video channel is for educations and technology. This is Darth Vader speaking. You like that? So today I'd like to share with you a very important topic, and that is Wing Chun Go High Tech is now. You can have it today. The reason I'm sharing this video today is to show you what exactly need to be done to transfer whatever the ancient traditional Chinese martial art into today's world, into today's sports science and technology. So what happened is after I shared the last video on Go technology or obsolete, many of our Wing Chun friends and traditional Chinese martial art friends in Asia messaged me and thinking what I'm talking about is some kind of futuristic stuff. And some even asked me, well, Hendrik, are you serious? Is it real? Well, so today I'd like to share with you. Everybody can do it. Okay? So, let's start with the Wing Chun Inception. There's the H model here, the H model. Okay? Now, I made it up with the device and so forth, so I give you a clear picture of what's going on. So this is the H model of the Wing Chun Inception book. And over here is what the Wing Chun Inception book present. Okay, map the 1850s Wing Chun, ancient Wing Chun, the short strike Wing Chun into the modern sports science. Okay, so this is the middle, is what you can read about, what you can learn about in the Wing Chun Inception. Now on the side, checking the heart rate variability, so forth, can be done today with our fitness tracker, which is the Polar and the Garmin. So for example, this is a Polar. Okay, this is a Polar. And this is a Garmin 245. I suggest people use 245 because 245 have a lot of good things. This is Garmin 245. This is a Polar Vantage V, okay, with this very special way of monitor heart rate, okay, and this is Polar Vantage M. So we have this part. Take care of this part. Take care of with Polar and Garmin. This is real stuff. Everybody can buy that, then get that device in the sports store today. On this impulse momentum side, one can use the UFC force tracker or some other tracker, the force tracker. There are many of them in the market. So this is the UFC force tracker. Okay. Now let's look into the details on the Polar and the Garmin, what they can do, and also this force tracker, what they can do. Okay. Now, for the Polar, you see it can track heart rate variability, your breathing rate, your heart rate variability, your beat-to-beat intervals, and your heart rate average. Okay, for resting heart rate, you can track that. It also be able to use the information to suggest how long is the training, what type of the training, like this is cardio, and then what heart rate zone one is trained and how long this training. Like for example, this say 40 minutes heart rate zone 1 to 3. Okay, 40-minute zone 1 to 3. Now, if you know that that day, based on your condition, you can train zone 1 to 3 for 40 minutes, then your heart rate profile will look like that. You see that, this thing? So this is in the Wing Chun Inception books. Okay, so it go up to heart rate zone, slightly up to heart rate zone 4. You know, so you expect that. So this is the Wing Chun Inception. Okay, and we do know what type of practice belong to what type of heart rate zone. For example, this is in the 1850s quit. Okay, this quit here. Like over here, it say that accelerate impulse momentum handling state, which is mapped into this is the accelerated. You know here, you know your heart rate zone. You can measure with your this Polar or Garmin. You can measure the result of the practice with this force tracker. So, as for the force tracker, this force tracker, at every training you can have a score. Okay, so you have a force score, you have your speed, and then you have your endurance, and so forth. Now, all of these things is now based on the same standard of today's sports science. So everybody is using the same standard. This is the same standard. Everybody in the sport and the MMA and our other friends training, this is all standard. With this standard, we know where we stand. Instead of, oh, I have this fudging, I have this chi power. My Wing Chun have this secret teaching. My internal art have this secret using intention, using yi, not using strength. Well, this is the real life standard, okay? Now, if people say that they know how to do chi, meditation, create chi, well, you know what happened? In the chapter 7 of this book, of a Wing Chun Inception, chapter 7, that is a process called Nurture Chi 1 process. Okay, chapter 7 here. So the part of chapter 6 to chapter 8 is all about this Chi and so forth, Nurture Chi and thing, based on ancient traditional Chinese evidence, okay, not just my grandmaster teach me this and or those kind of stuff. So if people claim that they know this thing, the nurture chi and whatever this for recovery, guess what? You use a Garmin 245 or Garmin Phoenix 5, Phoenix 6, or Forerunner 945, so forth. you can check your heart rate. You can check how your heart rate behave when you practice the N1 nurture chi process. You can check your stress level. Okay, this is stress, and this bluish color is going to rest. So you know exactly how is the practice of that day. Can one handling it? Can one get into the rest state? Or what happened? Okay? And so there is even some respirations pattern and here and so forth. Well, this is a Garmin 245. So, with this page, with the Garmin or Polar, depending on what you want to see, with the Wing Chun Inception information here, and the reality of the nurture chi, and with this force tracker here, we actually transport what happened in the 1850 to today's. And here on everybody based on the same standard level. You want to say that you have this fudging or momentum, impulse momentum handling and so forth? Well, how is it rate with the force tracker or other, there are many other devices like this. You want to say that about the fudging, the nurture of qi, the qi gong part. Let's measure it and see whether it delivers the result or not. It is honest for everybody, right? We keep everybody honest. Scientifically, and we can compare data. If you say that I have a Wing Chun inch power, well, measure with it so that you know how many points, how many force points you have, and what is the speed, so forth. And then you can compare with our MMA friend, or Western boxing friend, or karate friend, or jiu-jitsu friend, or the Thai boxing friend, and see how is that number. Now, not about who is number one fighter. No, we don't want to get into that anymore. We want to be realistic. If we are not as good as our competitor or our friend, let's find out a way to improve. Right? If we do not know how to handle that thing, like the nurture chi, let's find out a way how to solve it. Get a teacher who knows how to train. And also like this, this is for impulse momentum. This is for the chi. This is too extreme. So you want to talk about the ancient Chinese chi power. Well, you have to pass this first to know what the heck is chi. As in the Wing Chun Inception, I show you where is those chi development and what it's based on. Okay, and if you want to talk about impulse momentum, Fa Jing, you need to have this because your handling of the 7 ball is actually under the impulse momentum. So as I put in the Wing Chun Inception, if you just train here, forget about this thing. And then when we train here, we know that also the heart rate zone. And we know the body is recovery or not, as suggested in this thing. It said cardio out there, right? Cardio. And that is, as over here, it said that, okay, when one get into that state, you can train 40 minutes and between zone 1 and zone 3. And you get in the book, Wing Chun Inception, you know what is the training on the zone 1 and zone 3 is about. Okay? So we know what is the zone 1 and zone 3 training is about. And is it a soft art? Is this a hard art? It is a internal art? It is a external art? What is this? Is this for fitness or for what? So that's why with this page alone, this page, where this is the ancient traditional Chinese martial art common denominator, which is in the Wing Chun 1850s Wing Chun arts, now is mapped into the sport science and can be verified with the variable like the runner use and the sport people use, and can be verified with this the force tracker, where the Western boxer, the UFC and everybody use, so that now it make everything standardized under science. So is the Chinese Nezhe Qi real? Yes, it is real. Otherwise, one not be able to handle this, and one not be able to show it up here under the. This is based on heart rate variability and the heart rate, the resting heart rate. Okay. So this is the one type of it. You see, it get into the rest and get out. That means the handling is not good that day. And it take about 4 minutes. 4 minutes to get into the rest state, but it's not stable. And this one, it take about 2 minutes and it is stably going down in the Nezhe Qi state. So you want Qigong? You want to know how you do? Do you have the process and practice? It is all there. So this, with this and this is transporting the 1850s Wing Chun in the red book to today. It's like time machine. That's why in this cover, that is the fitness tracker. Okay. So this is how real it is. I hope that you see this, and this opened up a new door, because now we clearly know what we're training. We clearly know our strength and our weakness, and what we should do and what we should not do. Like for example, when this based on the heart rate variability and so forth, the polar tell you that you want to do only 48 minutes of the zone 1 to zone 3. You're not going to go doing zone 4 for 1 hour. This is going to damage the body. So the ancient and the modern right now all is fused together. You can use this intelligence, you can use this detection to check the practice of the qi and so forth. And also, there's a friend asked me, so is that the 1850s Wing Chun Xiu Lin Tao is better than the sport science today? I said no. They have the 6 physiological state. They know about it. They know about the impulse momentum, but they do not have the tracker. And because they don't have the tracker, one not be able to pass the art to technology, and one not be able to improve it. In fact, it is known that the Chinese art usually is gone within the 3rd generations, because they do not have a quality control, or the testing or verifications is based on human to human verification, from the sifu to the student, the student to the grand student. And now you don't have to use it. All is scientific based. So one can know, instead of, always in the Chinese, there's a history. Years ago, this grandmaster fighting that grandmaster, Years ago, this grandmaster have this special chi sao. Years ago, this grandmaster have this force. Who knows what is this? But with this, 100 years later, one know, oh, the chi development nurturing is this way. If one be able to improve it, one improve it. If one want to study it, one can study it, get it within days, not guessing the entire life. Oh, what is this? Okay? So all this internal mind power, everything, how are you going to verify that? But right now, with this page, with this page, Wing Chun Inception, the force tracker, and the heart rate tracker, or heart rate variability, or SpO2. Okay, SpO2, the oxygen in blood is very important. If you do the Qi Gong and so forth, it has to improve your SpO2. This is scientific research. Okay, deep breathing, so that if people do Xing Qi to Dantian, they will have to improve their heart rate variability and improve their SpO2, because it's at this low heart rate training and the deep breathing training over here. Those are scientific. And over here, you can actually check your SpO2. Well, this is just my SpO2 2 hours ago. Okay. Well, SpO2 change too, depend on, you know, what is your conditions. So it has to be like that. Heart rate variability, SpO2, your force or impulse momentum tracker. So this is to share with you today. Okay. So with this video, I share with the entire world. It is now. It is today. Everybody can do it. It's nothing to do with any lineage, any style, or put down anybody, or boosting anybody. It's not. It's now you set everything on a scientific scale that everybody follow. If I say that my inch power is good, well, compare that with the Western boxer with the force tracker result and see how much is the force point, how many seconds you can do it, how many punch per second. That's very clear. Instead of we thinking, oh, I have my inch power is extremely good. See my student, he put one what do you call that, phone book there. I can throw him to the chair. That is really vague. It doesn't mean anything in terms of scientific data. But with this, everybody have the same condition. You can compare apple with apple. No legend. So this is to share with you today. That is the notion I wrote this. It is not a book. It is a tool. Let us transport what happened in 1850 to today and let us grow with it. And everybody can use it.